right, good morning, Wizarding Wands and Mickey Ears friends. This is Jennifer, and I am here this morning at Animal Kingdom Lodge. We are staying here for a couple of nights after our week at Vero Beach. Obviously, it's hard for me to come to Florida and not spend some time at Disney. And so we're staying here. And so I thought what I would do is take you a walk around Animal Kingdom Lodge, which consists of two separate buildings. This one right here is Jambo House. The other one is Kidani Village. And so I will walk you through both. I'll walk through Jambo, walk over to Kidani to let you know what that walk looks like, answer any questions that you have in the process, and show you around. Really one of my favorite resorts. I absolutely love this place every time I come here. I'm just in awe of the resorts and the decor. So the folks out front of the resort here right now are waiting on the Magical Express. The Magical Express is Disney's transportation to the airport, which unfortunately will be ending at the end of 2021, but we've learned now that the company that runs the Magical Express, Mears, will be continuing the same service, only for an additional fee. But just wanted to stand here for a minute and show you the Port Cochere area, because it's just so gorgeous. This whole resort is gorgeous. I'm standing out front as well. Before I go in, the folks walking to the right are walking to the buses. So the park buses are located just to the right here. So Animal Kingdom Lodge, so this building is technically not fully open yet. So Animal Kingdom Lodge, like the other Disney Deluxe resorts, is partially Disney Vacation Club villas and partially cash reservations. And so right now, Jambo House is only open to the Disney Vacation Club villas at this point because the full amenities aren't open at the resort. So for example, one of my favorite, or maybe my favorite resort gift shop right now is Wadi Marketplace right over here at Animal Kingdom Lodge has not reopened yet. And so they've been slowly moving the merchandise over to the gift shop at Kidani Village, which is smaller. But this place was full of merch when we stayed here. And it looks like they've slowly been pulling things out and selling it at Johari Treasures, which is the resort shop at Kidani that I will show you. Just recently, the quick service restaurant here at Jambo House did reopen with a very, very limited menu, and only for a portion of the day, and they've got a sign out here, so I wanted to give you a feel for that as well. They have breakfast service from 7:30 to 11:30, dinner from 4 to 9, and like any other restaurant here, they are encouraging, or quick service restaurant, they're encouraging mobile ordering. And so you don't actually go into the space until you have mobile ordered. But I would be remiss if I just didn't walk right straight in from these front doors so that you can get the full view of the lobby. So I remember the very first time I walked in here and I was in awe. May I shed a tear because I'm a nerd. That's what I do. But it's just so beautiful. Now over to the left are the check-in desks. So that's your front desk, concierge, And then over to the far left here is where the bell services desk is. One thing that you will notice about Animal Kingdom Lodge Jambo House in Kidani Village as you walk through, or if you stay here, is that throughout the resort it is filled with African art and African proverbs and sayings. And so it is as much a museum as it is a resort. And this is very similar to Aulani in Ko'olina, Hawaii. Aulani is the same. Aulani has a very, very large collection of modern Hawaiian art. Some say the largest collection of modern Hawaiian art, not necessarily, full Hawaiian art. But it just makes this resort special and authentic. And this is the map of the resort. So you can see there are two separate buildings. We are in the one that has more of a hub and spokes. So we're in the lobby of Jambo House. And there are a couple of spokes that come out from the top, and then semicircles on both sides, so that there are many, many rooms that have savannah views. Also the pool is off. I'll show you the pool in a little bit here. And then we'll walk on over to Kidani, and Kidani just has two long hallways. So the layouts are just a little bit different. Why don't we go out and see? This morning I took a walk out to the savannah. I didn't see any animals out yet this morning, but we'll go in that direction and then come back around here, take a look at the pool. But I just love some of the areas of this resort. It's so intricate. There's a large fire pit here that isn't currently on, but it's wonderful in those cooler nights. And this window is just majestic. Before I go down the stairs, I'm gonna go over just to the left here and show you that these resorts, even if you are not in a savannah view room, do have overlook areas where you can see the savannah. And so this is one of them. It looks like there are some folks out cleaning up the savannah. Not seeing a whole lot of animals out right now. I took a great video yesterday of some giraffes just hanging out eating. Looked to the other side and there were some zebras. There was a cattle. So we'll see if we see anything today. But just to let you know, these overlook areas are here. Got really comfy rocking chairs. And they are just a wonderful place to sit, even kid size. So you've got your kid size chairs, your big kid chairs. Wonderful place just to sit and take in the morning. Now, during normal times, Animal Kingdom Lodge, Jambo, and Kidani have activities that are run by cultural representatives. And they are activities about the animals, about different parts of Africa. You learn a lot. You realize that I know of many of the countries in Africa, but I'm not exactly sure geographically where they're located. And that was one of the activities that they offer. They also do like music of the savannah. There are activities where you learn how to prepare food for the animals. And then many of these activities, they will give you a little bead representing that activity that they tie on a string. And after you collect all of the beads and you demonstrate that you've done all of the activities, there's a completer bead that's got a like a shield and then a Mickey head on it. And so we've got those from when the kids were younger. Here's a fire pit, of course, which isn't operating right now, but another place that is usually a nice place to sit. They often have rocking chairs here too. But they have been moved over to take a look at the savannah. I'm so ready for this resort to reopen. It's not currently on the reopen list, so we don't have a scheduled reopening date. But luckily, rooms are still available to be booked at Kidani Village, and then guests staying at Jambo House or Kidani Village are able to use the amenities at both. And so if you are staying here at Jambo, you're welcome to use the pool, do any activities that are over at Kidani, and vice versa. If folks are staying at Kidani, they can come over here. Oh look, I spot a giraffe friend out there. Let's see what we see from here. Looks like we've got one guy walking around over here this morning. But again, I mean, you can use the pools in both locations, so it's worth getting to know both resorts. I didn't actually realize that or think about that. Didn't realize or understand that we could use both pools the first time we stayed here, and the kids' splash pad is just gorgeous. So let's see if you can see. Giraffe friend out here. All right. So I'm gonna go back around. Here are all the rooms that have a savannah view. Let's see here. Here's another fire pit that again in more normal times is used for marshmallows, for roasting marshmallows, making s'mores, all that good stuff. All right. I want to stand over here and give you a view of the windows from the other side because it's beautiful from both sides. Oh, there are a couple of other animals out here. Oh, and the other thing, on the savannas, there are cards with details on the animals that you might see. So it looks like we've got some pink-backed pelican. And they're right there, right in front of us. And then here's the building. Just gorgeous. I cannot get enough of the sights and sounds of this place. It's just so peaceful, especially if you're out and about in the parks, have long, busy days. When I come back to the resort, a lot of times I just want to relax. I want to see the sights. Take a deep breath. And this is the place to do it. All right, so we're gonna go on up and head on over to the pool. Ugh. Just gorgeous. As I'm walking around, if there are certain things that you'd like to see, things I've walked past or missed, or questions that you have, please feel free to enter them into the chat. And I can see that, and I will try to answer your questions as long as there isn't, as long as it's not too bright, and I'm able to see what's in the chat. And I can answer your questions as we go. If not, feel free to reach out. You can comment after the stream is over. You can come to the Wizarding Lawns and Mickey Ears Facebook group and ask some questions there, or you can email us at www.meadventures@gmail.com. Before I get too far down the stairs to the pool, I wanted to stop here. This is the Victoria Falls Lounge. And again, it's not open right now. It's absolutely glorious. But last time we stayed here, we grabbed our food to go from Savannah, which is a restaurant at Kidani, came back over to Jambo, and then sat here and enjoyed our dinner. And it was just a really lovely, peaceful place. Especially, when you're looking for distancing, there really wasn't anyone else around here. But it is wide open. And then this dark restaurant down here is Boma. Here for breakfast at Disney World, and unfortunately it has not reopened either. I'm so ready for Boma to open. The food is just wonderful. So hopefully in the not too distant future, things will get a little bit closer to normal. But until then, at least you have an idea of where it's located. The check-in is just downstairs from the lobby for Boma. And then the restaurant looks out into the pool area. But unfortunately, closed off right now. And then across the way from Boma is Jiko. And Jiko is one of the signature restaurants here at Disney World. And of course, Jiko is not open either at this time, but you can get a feel for where it's located and stop on by when more things do reopen. All right, let's head on out to the pool. The pool at Animal Kingdom Lodge has several different areas that are gated off because, of course, as with many of the pools here at Disney, they were built before there was an expectation of fencing around the pools, and so the first few times that we stayed here, this fence actually right in front of us didn't exist. It wasn't part of the pool area, and everything was much more open in those times. And it looks like the pool hours are 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. So I don't believe we'll be able to walk in, but I can give you a great feel for things right here. So, oops. So here is the pool. It's very large, but not at all deep. There's a zero entry right over to the left here. There's a pool bar back there it has been open, reopened. And then there's a pool slide right over to the right there. Let's see if I go over to this other side, if you can see it a little better. You can get a better view of it. There we go. Much better view of the pool slide. So it's not covered, it's open all the way. It's a fun little slide. And then the deepest part of the pool is this little place over to the right that goes up to the bridge that we'll walk over in a minute here. And that gets to right around 5 feet, maybe a little bit deeper than that in the middle, but the rest of the pool is quite shallow. I really like going on over to the far end. So if you see that bridge in front of us, to the right of that is a small alcove, a seating area with covered seats. And so it's a great place to sit if you're looking for some shade and to get out of the sun a little bit. It just feels more protected. So we really like to sit over there. Look here, we've got the pool towels, towel return. Certain times of the year, this place is flush with geckos. They're everywhere. We see them a lot in the summer. And they're jumpy. I mean, they're afraid of people, but they do get pretty darn close sometimes. Oh, here's the pool area again. And again, I just love the theming. You know, when fences needed to go in, of course, the fence that they put in to protect the pool is incredibly well themed to the resort. You would never know that it wasn't planned to be here from the beginning. I love to walk around resorts in the early morning before too many people are out and about, so I don't get in their way. And I can show you what's going on. So, you know, over here to the right, I'll show you the fitness center because I don't really see anyone in there right now, I don't think. Need to use my band. Fitness center is open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. And there is a fitness center located both here at Jambo House and as well at Kidani Village. Got the standard equipment, free weights. This is also a massage center. Of course, the spas have not reopened yet at Disney World, so hoping those will come back in the not so distant future as well. All right. And then we are over right now back by one of the hot tub areas. This one is very well covered. And again, the hours right now, 11 a.m. or 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. And it's just, again, an incredibly peaceful place to spend time. Especially if you're taking a break from park day after walking your 15 to 20,000 plus steps that you're not maybe necessarily used to getting. I find that I tend to walk a lot, you know, outside of the Disney World parks in real life at home, but when I'm here, you're still on your feet more. So even if you are getting a similar number of steps in that you would at home, you're doing more standing as well. And so you feel it, or at least I do. So it's worth planning in some rest time. Today we are going to enjoy brunch at Raglan Road at Disney Springs at 11, and then we are going to head on over to Epcot. And Epcot's open until 11 p.m. tonight. And so no rush to get to the parks first thing. We're gonna have a long day, I think, this evening. So, and here is the playground area. And it is a great playground. And again, protected from the sun, which is really nice. I don't know about you, but one of my kiddos is incredibly fair. And we always like to try to find more shaded places for her. Let's see if I can get a view of this little alcove I was talking about where we like to get our pool chairs when we're staying here. It's just this little spot right here. And then there's a bridge that goes over to the entry area. And I am hearing some super loud flamingos. So let's go say hi to the flamingos. And again, in times when the resort is more fully open, this is an area where there's often an animal educator who is out and will help explain more about the animals that you see here. Let's see if I can get a better view of these guys. We have an awful lot to say this morning. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Oh, look. Donald's cousin is right over here too. Wow, look at that. Oh, we're going to keep, good morning. We're going to keep walking around. We will show you where the other hot tub is located. And then right here is the pool bar here at Jambo. It is just so lush here that I feel like I'm in a different world. All right, and here is the other hot tub area. And this one is shaded right now, but usually you can get quite a bit of sun here during the day when the sun moves in the sky a bit. So this one tends to be sunnier than the other one, which is much more shaded. And then we've got another savannah overlook right over here. And the animals in the savannas, so the savannas between here at Jambo House and then Kidani, there are many shared spaces, and then some over here where you don't see from Kidani, you only see from Jambo. But the animals are free to roam wherever they'd like in these spaces. They are fed though in different locations throughout the day, and so and they know they know. Looks like there might be maybe an antelope out there. There's some animals moving around, but at meal times when the trucks drive around and put food out for them, that you see the animals just walking gingerly behind the trucks, especially the giraffes. Because the giraffes have to be fed, a little bit higher, and they've already eaten what they need and would want from the trees. And so giraffes are just gorgeous. They, saunter, sometimes with purpose, to follow those trucks and get fed. And again, more educational information. And this resort is incredibly educational. I'm so ready for international travel to resume so that many of the cast members can return, or the cultural representatives, and start those activities up again. This is where they put up the movie. So as you may be aware, Disney resorts show movies sometimes every night, sometimes they alternate. So I believe right now they're alternating between Jambo and Kidani. But this is where they'll put up the movie screen and then set up the chairs to watch the movie here at Jambo. They had Incredibles 2 showing last night. But yeah, Catherine, there are so many shady places to relax here. So, if you're looking to get out of the sun, you can still be outside in the atmosphere and not be in the, the straight on sun, which again, the fair skin that runs in my family really appreciates that. And again, we know that arcades aren't open at the Disney resorts right now, but this is where the arcade is located at Jambo. And then I'm walking back around to the other side of the pool. And I do want to mention that here at Jambo, they don't have much for little kids. There's just a little splash area. And this is really the extent of what they've got for little kids, other than the zero entry area of the pool. So if you are staying here, it is worth a trek over to Kidani, because the splash area there is incredible. And I will show that to you as much as possible in a little bit here. And so this is Mara. This is the exit. I don't see anyone in there. I wonder if I can come in this way. Nope, I can't go in that way. I'm not going to go in. I'm just going to look at it from out here, show you it from out here. But they've got the entry pretty protected. They want to make sure that you mobile ordered or know how to mobile order. There's a station back there where you can have your mugs refilled. And there's a cast member, stationed in that location. And then where you normally would have ordered is pretty much blocked off in the front of Mara. And they just have tables out. And when you mobile order, you are given an order number and a station after your food is ready. And they tell you what station to go to, and your food is right there. You pick up your food. If you've paid already, you're good. And then you can head on out. You can either eat in Mara once you've got your food, or you're welcome to take it to your room, eat out here. So it's really slick. And we've got a video on how to mobile order at Disney World. And after this stream is over, I'll go ahead and link that in the comments. If you have any questions, about how that works, again, it's important to get to know the My Disney Experience app. But once you get used to mobile ordering, it's pretty straightforward. Before I head over to Kidani, I think I'm going to chance the stream here a little bit and take the elevator up to the 5th floor, because I need to show you the lobby from upstairs. This is one of those places where you want to take the time to walk around and see all of these sights. It's just incredible. So let's see here. I'm sorry for the circle. Here's my elevator. Going to the 5th floor. And you can see here at Jambo that the pool level, the lounge and the savannah overlook, level 2. Level 3 is the lobby level. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten into this elevator and gone down to 1 and realized I wanted to be on 3. All right. You're on the 5th floor. And if you remember, there is a bridge over the lobby up here. I love it. I just love it. So I'm going to take you up here with me. And the 5th floor is the floor that is occupied right now. There are no guests staying on the other levels. So it is the Maasai Bridge. And here we go. Here's a view of the savannah from up here on the bridge. And on the other side, you get an incredible view of the lobby. It is just beautiful. All right. I wanted to walk around in the hallway just a little bit here to give you a feel where you would find some of the art. And again, if you have questions, please feel free to ask them in the chat. I don't know everything about Animal Kingdom Lodge or Kidani Village, but we've stayed here quite a bit. This is one of my very favorite Disney resorts. So I'm going to take you through and just show you what some of the views of the savannah look like from up here. Good morning.
Good morning.
So if you're staying here, again, even if you don't have a savannah view room, there's a little sliver of savannah over here. And then much more on this side. And this continues down the hallway. There are multiple places where you could take a look at the savannah, and then that building that you're seeing in front of us right now is Kidani Village. And so they share this portion of the savannah. So I'm gonna walk on over to this set of elevators here, and then come back around to the lobby. Again, we've got a bit of an overlook right over here. I'll hit the elevator button, but there are more artifacts in various levels. All right. Hello. Let's head on over to Kidani, and I'm going to take a walk over it, but there is a shuttle that runs between Jambo and Kidani constantly throughout the day. It's a white shuttle. It says Animal Kingdom Lodge on the shuttle. And if you don't see it parked right out front in the Port Cochere area, then it'll be there in just a few minutes, maybe every 15 minutes. It just runs back and forth. So if you're not interested in the walk, that's fine. You don't have to walk it. And again, I just love the theming of the wallpaper. And there's detail in everything. All of the doors have these shields on them. This is one of those places where, again, in normal times when, things are operating more fully, a great place to pop on over, grab a bite to eat, look at the savannah, enjoy the animals. Mara is operating at such a limited level right now. Might not be the time to visit, but give it a year or so and it'll be great. And here's the mail slot, in case you're wondering. All the resorts do have mail slots. Here it is. Quite themed. And then they also have those portable chargers that you can purchase. And obviously there used to be payphones in here once upon a time. And then before I head over, just want to show you this little library area. Again, filled with artifacts. But we've done several different activities in this area as well. And again, it's just a lovely place to sit. Anyone can come on over, have a seat here. There are doors and a railing out where you can look out on the savannah and listen to the music. Yep, I'm in love with this resort. Every time I stay somewhere else, I think, should I have stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge again? Should we be staying here this summer? We've got Copper Creek booked this summer, and also a couple of nights at the Riviera. And after we came in yesterday, I thought, should I be staying at Jambo again over the summer? But I love Copper Creek too, and when I go to Wilderness Lodge, I feel very similarly there. So Disney's got my number for sure. They know what I like.
Can I ask what that is that you're holding?
Yeah, this is a gimbal.
Okay, where'd you get it?
And I ordered this one on Amazon actually, and I can't remember what the brand is
And what does it do?
for the life of me, but it stabilizes. So I'm live streaming right now, and this stabilizes the camera so you can walk with it and it's not jerky. And so you can take great video, live stream. I take some, wonderful pictures. I can go up and down from here.
Cool.
So yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, but it's definitely
charged?
worth it. Yeah, and it does. I charge it every night, when I use it. Yeah, and it keeps it charged for a lot longer than, I usually stream for about an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bet. All right, so over here, walking out of Jambo, past the Bell Services folks, and I'm going to take a walk on over to Kidani with you. I know I get a lot of folks asking me, how long does it really take? What's the walk like? I think it's a really peaceful walk on over. And I'll show you a little trick on a hot day on what we like to do when we're walking on over. If it's especially warm and we don't want to be outside very long, didn't see the shuttle out right now. I will definitely point it out if I see it. But Kidani has parking under the building and then elevators in that space as well. And so you can access the elevators without having to go all the way to the lobby. So if it's warm and you're walking outside and you're like, oh, I don't want to walk all the way to the lobby in the sun, you don't have to. Cindy, I think you're going to love the Riviera in May. The Skyliner is just so fun. I love the quick service. Primo Piatto over at the Riviera. They've got everything that I've had there is top notch. We, usually make it a point to stop over there at least once on our full trips to Disney World because we like it so much. All right, so here's the walking path on over to Kidani. There's parking right back over here. So quite a bit of parking if you're driving. There's never any trouble finding parking. Sometimes it's tough to find parking underneath Kidani, but you're never going to have trouble actually parking at the resorts here. A lot of people ask me about the buses, how the buses run from here, how far it is, away from everything. And, personally, I feel like it's a bit of a misnomer to say that Animal Kingdom Lodge is very far away from everything. It feels like it is because of how lush and, set, in from the rest of the world. But Animal Kingdom Lodge is just as far away from Magic Kingdom as the Magic Kingdom resorts are from Animal Kingdom Park. So it's about a 5-minute jump to Animal Kingdom Park. From here, it is faster to take the bus from Jambo or Kidani than it is to drive because you can't drive the bus lanes to Animal Kingdom Park. It's about equidistant from Hollywood Studios and Epcot, as the Magic Kingdom resorts are. The Magic Kingdom resorts being the Contemporary, Grand Floridian, Polynesian, and then Wilderness Lodge, and Fort Wilderness as well is right over there. And then, of course, Magic Kingdom is going to be further from here. So here we are. We're already next to Kidani. So what was that? A couple of minutes. But I walked on over here. And I will walk over to the front because I think you have to get a nice view of the front of Kidani. It's absolutely beautiful. But before I do that, I'm going to walk over to the parking garage and show you where the elevators are. So if you get this far and you're like, it's hot, I don't feel like walking any further, there's an elevator right over here. Normally I walk through the parking lot right there already to get there. I'm wondering if I can get in from this space. Yep, there's a sidewalk that goes right on over to this elevator. So here is the Zazu elevator. So this is at the far end of Kidani. Hello, go ahead. This is where some of the parking is located under the building. And you can head right on up and then walk through the hallway and continue your walk through the lobby. So again, it's a beautiful morning. I'm gonna walk outside and past the front of the resort, but that's what it looks like. If you'd just like to pop right on in, and truth be told, we do that a lot. We're here when it's hot very often, and I like to be inside in the air conditioning when I'm not walking around the parks in the heat. Especially in the summer. We come almost every summer. And in late July, early August, it can get quite warm. Walk over to the left really quickly here, just for a moment, because there are sports courts and barbecue over here. So again, not very far from the resort at all. It'll take me a bit longer to get there from here, but I wanted to be able to show you what to expect if you stay here. And I know, a lot of folks, if they're staying for a longer trip, they like to, come on out, do some other things, again, outside of the parks. And so there are some charcoal grills out here. We've got shuffleboard, tennis, basketball. And just a nice seating area. And truth be told, I don't see this getting used very often. So I'm not sure how often people come out here. But when I walk past, it's just not very frequent. Doesn't seem very frequent that people use these spaces. So just something to be aware of. And it's probably because it's impossible to know everything about these resorts unless you study them quite a bit on your first visit. So I'm going to go up this part of the walkway now on the other side of the parking garage. And I so appreciate the landscaping at the different Disney resorts. I mean, everything is intentional. Everything that is growing in that space, is there for a reason. And it just elevates the experience. But again, there's a little bit more shade if you walk along the building. That's where we were walking before. Now I'm walking more in front of the building because I want to enter from the bus area. So we're going to walk up by where the Kidani buses are located. Jambo House and Kidani Village share buses. And so they stop at both. Because they're so close together, it doesn't necessarily really extend the time, I don't feel like, to visiting the resorts. And usually when I'm here, we come to Disney World a lot. There's sometimes, when we're rope dropping or we're really in a hurry in the morning, and so get a super early start to be the first person on the bus. A lot of times we wait past that first rush of folks and then just get on, a more empty bus later on. Stay later on the day. Conventional wisdom is that first thing in the morning and later at night when the parks are going to be less populated. And so if you're looking to spend the first part of the day in the parks, you should absolutely get there when they open. The middle part of the day, I feel like it's 11 to 2-ish, sometimes 3-ish. It's when the parks are the most packed. And then they start to empty out a little bit after that. So here, as with many of the resorts, there's information on when to expect the next bus. Again, I feel like your mileage may vary a bit. I've noticed that the times update quite frequently, so it's not always entirely accurate, but it's nice to get a feel for about when the next bus is coming. So if there isn't a time, it's a little bit further out. But I do love this bus area. Again, it's so peaceful. Peaceful and exhilarating at the same time. I think it's hard with these resorts for me because I just love them so much. And then here's the entry to Kidani Village. And this one is just stunning at night. Again, if you're in a hurry to get inside, get in the air conditioning, there are doors right in front of us. But again, I'm going to go out front just to show you a bit about what it looks like to walk into Kidani. Oh, and that white shuttle on the left there is the one that's going back and forth between Kidani and Jambo. And that's all it does. And as I'm doing that, even if you look at the ground, There are intentional markings, leaves, animal leaves, leaves, not leaves, animal prints and such in the ground. So everything is put there for a reason. All right, so here we go. Here's the shuttle. It says Kidani Village and Jambo House shuttle, and that'll bring you back and forth constantly throughout the day.
Press the button.
No, shut up.
Okay, so here is Kidani Village. Again, same shape to the entry. Kidani's lobby is smaller, but still absolutely gorgeous. And again, there are artifacts out here. To the right is the gift shop. And this is one of the smaller resort gift shops. But you still have everything that you need here. You've got coolers. We've got our refillable mugs to the right here. If you forget some important things. And then snacks. There's charcoal as well, so if you decide you want to grill, you've got charcoal. Wouldn't be Disney without the Mickey bars. Here, the treat of choice are zebra domes. And it's tough to see them here, but zebra domes are decadent little desserts that are just packed with flavor. The chocolate mousse, little cakey bottom. They make them gluten-free as well. We've got some Animal Kingdom merch here. Animal Kingdom Lodge, both Kidani Village and Jambo House also have a great collection of African wines. And so if you are staying here, you won't see the typical wines that the Once Upon a Vine Disney wines. They have just a great selection of African wines. So before I go downstairs to show you the savannah over there, I'm going to go over to the right. This is the library area of Kidani. And here you'll see sayings from the different African countries. Disney with the Donahues. Yep, those zebra domes. I actually have some in my mini fridge right now. We ordered them last night and I was so full I couldn't eat them. So I'm gonna have some zebra domes. I guess I should check to make sure that the family isn't eating them right now, actually. But this library area just has some great seating. When my kids were really young, one year we came the week after Christmas. And so they were missing school for a few days, but they got their homework. And so we came on over in here and they just sat and did their homework. They've got a fireplace over here. And then there's a lovely outdoor space to view the savannah. We've got someone out there, a bit in the distance. This overlook also, oh, I see some zebras running around. Oh, in the corner of my eye. Maybe they'll come over this way in a little bit. But these lovely rocking chairs are here as well. And we will walk out into that overlook in a minute when I go downstairs. Just want to show you a few more spaces up here. We'll go down to the overlook and then out to the pool. So going past the library. If you didn't know it was here, you would miss it. Here at Kidani, they have a community hall. I don't know if it's too early for a community hall to be open, but if not, we can look in it. Community hall is not open until 10. Bummer. So this is the community hall at Kidani. In community hall, they have coloring sheets. They have a pool table. You've got video games in that space. They've got also just a wonderful overlook to the savannah. They have different pottery that you can paint. Oh my goodness, look at this gecko up here. You see him? One of the many creatures out and about at Disney World. So they have pottery, they have other activities that you can paint and color, and then they also have beads where you can make jewelry. And many of those do, obviously have an additional cost, but really it's a pretty reasonable cost. So we are gonna head downstairs. And downstairs here at Kidani Village is one of my favorite restaurants in all of Disney World, called Savannah. Savannah is famous for their bread service. If you're familiar with the naan, papadum, can't even remember what else are the options. It also comes with dipping sauces. But their menu has an Indian African flair. At breakfast, it is quick service. And then lunch and dinner is table service. So right now it's quick service. People can order, sit wherever they like. Oh, here we go. And so there are some folks sitting here right along the savannah. And there are some animals right out there. But the atmosphere here is just stunning. If you are not able to get a reservation here for lunch or dinner, you can also mobile order and get those to go. And the last time we mobile ordered, there was a wine that I liked so much that I definitely on purpose ordered a case of it for home at a very reasonable rate. I couldn't find it anywhere near home where I lived in Minnesota. So I decided to order some of that to have at home. So they do a great job cultivating their wine list here. And again, you can sit right along the savannah and view the animals. The trick to eating here is that if you're making a reservation for dinner, obviously you don't want to make it too late because you want to still be able to see the animals in the savannah. And if it gets dark, it's just harder to see them. So if you're making a dinner reservation, make it a little bit on the early side. And then here's some of the grab and go items that they have. I don't want to get in the way of people ordering. Hello. So I will get out of their way. But yeah, it's nice to have a quick service. So Kidani Village, this portion of the resort, does not have a full quick service restaurant. It's just Savannah. And so you can grab breakfast here, or you can head on over to Mara, grab breakfast at Jambo House. But here, just in the waiting area, there are nice views of the savannah as well. There's usually a tortoise out here too. I haven't quite seen yet. So Cindy, if you are using Disney transportation to get here from the Riviera, I would probably take a bus to Animal Kingdom Park and then take a bus to Animal Kingdom Kidani Village. That's how I would go. Uber or Lyft are also great opportunities.
The hidden Mickey here. Oh, I see the hidden Mickey.
Oh my goodness, there's a hidden Mickey? Oh my gosh, there sure is. There's a hidden Mickey in that rock art.
Is there another one?
Well, I'm coming out here to show you the savannah. Here are some of the zebra friends that we've got out here. But really, if you're looking to get between any of the resorts, there isn't transportation, so Disney does not provide direct transportation between the resorts necessarily. Sometimes there are accidental ways if they share transportation to get between, and so Disney Springs or the parks are the transfer points. And then you'll just want to make sure you look at the time. So if you're using Animal Kingdom Park as a transfer point and Animal Kingdom Park closes early that day, you'll just want to make sure that that you're ending your reservation enough time to go to Animal Kingdom and then back to your resort. Boy, there are a lot of animals out here this morning. Look at this. All right, and here's another fire pit. It isn't operating right now because it's going to be a warm one, but a lovely place to sit. Yeah, and from what I understand, so we've used Uber and Lyft from time to time. Here, not a whole lot. Again, because we give ourselves a lot of time in our schedule. But if you're in a little bit more of a hurry, Uber and Lyft are great, except I have found first thing in the morning, especially on the very busiest days. There was one time when I wanted to get from one of the resorts over to Magic Kingdom. It was on Thanksgiving. So of course, one of the busiest times, and I did not plan ahead. I wanted to be there by 8 in the morning for a tour that I had, and thinking, 7-ish or so, I can grab a minivan or an Uber Lyft. Nope, that wasn't happening. Nothing came. We did take the bus. We got there just a few minutes late, made it to the tour. But yeah, you still want to plan early. We've got some nice seating in the lobby here. I don't know, I should look up and show you the up. This is just not a place to rush through. Because again, everything is just intentional and gorgeous. And as you might be familiar, Uber and Lyft have surge pricing as well. And so if it's a busy time and there's very high demand, you're going to pay more during that time as well. And that's typically first thing in the morning. All right, so I'm gonna walk on over to the pool. Again, I don't expect the pool to be open for a little bit here, but we should be able to see enough to give you a good feel for things. On our arrival days, Cindy, I appreciate your note saying that you're flying in at 5 p.m., trying to figure out dinner for that night since, Animal Kingdom closes early. And, on those days, I tend to go quick service. There are some great quick service options. You're not stuck necessarily with burgers or hot dogs. I mean, you can if you want. There's almost always a burger option somewhere. But there is still quick service food available. And then again, there's the mobile order at many of the table service restaurants, the resort table service restaurants. So We've definitely done mobile order here at Sanaa. Let's see what we can see here. So right now I'm walking past the fitness center. I'll come back around and show that to you. But here is where you'll find the pool. Bummer. The pool is currently closed. So I'm gonna have to come back through and do a little walk around of this pool area. And you can see this kid play area is just fabulous. There's a mini slide right below me. Those buckets usually fill with water and dump. There are flowers that squirt water in there. And then up here is where you enter for the slide that goes into the Kidani pool. And there is this gorgeous hot tub right back here as well. I love this hot tub up here. And we do have Universal and Disney content on the Wizarding Wands and Mickey Ears YouTube channel. And so definitely feel free, you know, if you're looking for something, subscribe to our channel, head on over, look at the playlists. So we've got playlists for resort tours and for different aspects of the parks. I'm gonna walk around to the other entrance and see if I can see a little bit more of the pool area here at Kidani, because I can't remember where I can go, but this is the gym over here, and there is someone working out, so I don't necessarily want to go in there right now, but it's smaller. It's a little bit smaller than the other space at Jambo, but again, you know, in through here, there are free weights to the right that you can't quite see all of. You've got some treadmills, ellipticals, you know, other resistance machines. So if you're looking for a good workout, you can do that here as well. I personally feel like I get enough workout when I'm walking through the parks. And so I'm not sure I have ever worked out at any of the gyms at the Disney resorts. But the deluxe resorts do have, all of the deluxe resorts have a fitness center available. And we are walking past the pool area here. Can't see much, so I will stop if I feel like we can get a good view of something. Because of all the foliage, see how far in we can get. Oh, here's a little bit of a better view we can get. And everything sort of blends in here, so you'll see there's a fun little playground area, ping pong, water spouts. You can see the pool back there at a bit of a distance. This is called the Samawati Springs area. I know, the music and the scents too. So all of the resorts have signature scents. And so it's the smells and the sounds. And here it's not animals, That's another question people ask quite a bit is, you know, there are animals on the savannah. Does it smell like animals? No, it really doesn't. You're not smelling manure. I've never gotten that here ever in all the times that we've stayed here. They obviously, as with other parts of Disney, they keep it impeccably clean. And there's also a savannah overlook here behind the pool. Something else that we missed the first time that we stayed here. This is the fire pit over here that they use for marshmallows and s'mores that they're not doing right now. There's a pool bar, the Maji pool bar is here, and some lovely seating. I'm gonna walk around toward the pool in a minute, but I'll show you there's this savannah over here. There's an okapi who lives out in this savannah. And I don't know if he's out right now. But then there's this hornbill named Casanova. Casanova loves people. So let me show you. And he just runs back and forth here. And one of the cast members working over here last time said that Casanova loves to show off for people. So he just runs back and forth and interacts with his people and is constantly looking for people. Hi, Casanova. So, you know, they don't necessarily purposefully socialize the animals, but that one specifically loves the guests. And so if you're over here at Kidani, come on over by the pool. Oh, where are you hiding? And say hi to Casanova. And then sometimes there are other animals out here as well. Because they can access their sleeping areas. They've got, you know, areas that they can go to when, you know, they don't always have to be out, you know, in the savannah areas if they don't want to be. So, and this is more about Casanova again. They also have Red River Hog out here. Oops, here's a better view. There's a better view of Casanova. But yeah, it's nice to learn about the animals while you're here as well. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Wizarding Wands and Mickey Ears. If you are interested in getting information on the content that we post right when we post it, select the bell icon. And if you select the bell icon, then you'll get a notification that'll pop up. And then, of course, it would be great if you could like the videos as well. That helps us out. And then tell your friends if you like what you see. And we've got some room tours, live streams. But here's another view of the pool over here. There's another hot tub right here. And then the Kidani pool has a lot of lush spaces. It's a smaller pool. And so if you are staying here and you feel like it's a little packed for my liking, take the shuttle right on over to Jambo. But this is it has a zero entry as well. But it's all very shaded here too. The loungers over to the right of the right of the pool do get sunnier. So if you're wanting to get sun, you can definitely get sun. But there are lots of places to be in the shade as well. And they've got a fun pool slide that I pointed out back there too. But I do show more of this pool area in a Kidani Village Studio Villa tour that I put together. So I'll make sure that the room tours that we've got are tagged in the notes section of this video after I'm done streaming here. And again, I mentioned that Kidani does not have a quick service restaurant necessarily, that Sanaa has quick service at breakfast. They do, though, have a limited menu for lunch here at the Maji Pool Bar. And it's not a lot, but you can get you know, a barbecue beef sandwich. You can get or pulled pork sandwich. They've got a hot dog, tuna, salads, and then lots of lovely, wonderful drinks as well. So if you're here, you can definitely get a bite to eat here as well. Typically, when I'm staying at Kidani, I will ask for a room near lobby. If you remember the map, I showed it earlier on the stream, or after the stream is done, you can go back to the beginning and see the map that I posted there. But the arms of Kidani can get quite long. And something that I've done is, you know, taken a look at where the elevators are located. So I'll either say near lobby or near a specific elevator. So if I'm staying in a standard view, which means I don't have a view of the savannah, that I will say that I'm interested in being near a certain elevator. I like to be near this elevator because I like to be near the pool. I don't expect that I'm going to get a savannah view if I didn't book a savannah view, but here's some of the parking down over here. And then you can see it gives you information about the elevator lobbies and all of that good stuff. And so I think it's helpful to know what to expect with those, but I like to be near the pool because we like our pool time. Or I like the pool time. The kids did when they were younger. Now they're a little bit less interested in that, a little bit more interested in their technology, as is the case, I suppose, with all preteens and teens. So a tip is that if you are staying at Kidani, if you're staying in a savannah view, I would say request near lobby. That's near lobby and typically lower floor. They'll give you the best view. If you'd want to be by the pool, request to be near the Rafiki elevator. And so this elevator right here brings you to the back entrance of the pool. So I'm actually just going to take the stairs up from here because there are stairs too. Sometimes we do take the stairs. They are less glamorous, but I think it's important to see. Now we are in one of the arms of the Kidani hallways. And again, here in the hallways, you've got savannah views as well. So that is pretty much the extent of Animal Kingdom Lodge, Jambo House, and Kidani Village. Again, the standard hotel rooms at Jambo House are not currently available for booking. We don't have a date yet when it will reopen. Kidani Village is available for booking. Kidani Village is all villas. And so you have a studio villa, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and 3 bedroom grand villas. They can be booked through your Disney travel planner. I find that usually you can get a Savannah view room or a standard view room here. The standard view rooms are usually pretty low as far as the cost goes in relation to the other deluxe resorts. And so if you're looking to save a little bit, you know that you're gonna have views available of the Savannah, then the standard views are still a great option to be able to stay at this wonderful resort. The Savannah view rooms do come at a bit of a premium, so just be prepared for that. We've stayed in both. It sort of depends on the trip that we're taking. This past summer, when the parks were closing very early, we decided we were definitely gonna stay in a Savannah view room and spend a lot of time on our balcony. This time we are in a standard view room. We're actually overlooking the pool. I love to overlook the pool. So, I suppose this is as good a place to leave you. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask those questions in the comments. Come find us on the Wizarding Wands and Mickey Ears Facebook group specifically. We've got a lot of conversation going on there. We are also on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Take a look at TikTok for sure if you are on TikTok. Or you can email us, wwmeadventures@gmail.com. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope that you have a lovely day. I hope that this showed you different sites of Animal Kingdom Lodge, Jambo House, and Kidani Village that maybe you are unfamiliar with. And until next time, enjoy the journey.